What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here, and ladies and gentlemen, we have winter storm warnings issued from Montana to Wyoming to South Dakota to Nebraska, and now we have winter storm warnings for the Minneapolis area. We now have winter storm watches for parts of Michigan right here. We're going to go ahead and go over all of this right here. Let's go ahead and show you what's going on with this. We're going to go ahead and start with this one because this was issued about an hour ago at the time of recording. Look at this. Major winter storm Tuesday through Thursday. A major winter storm will bring significant travel impacts across the region. Most locations can expect to see a foot of snow by the time it ends Thursday night. The worst conditions will be Wednesday evening through Thursday, as heavy snow combines with the northeast winds gusting of 30 to 40 miles per hour, with some areas in western Minnesota seeing gusts near 50 miles per hour. This will lead to significant drifting snow and whiteout conditions in open areas. I would not be surprised if they issue blizzard warnings with this stuff because of how powerful this storm's going to be. So let's go ahead and dive right into this right here. This is what they're expecting. Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulation, look at this, 16 to 22 inches. Winds gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. This is absolutely crazy right here, ladies and gentlemen. 16 to 22 inches, winds gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. If that verifies and we start seeing blizzard warnings with this could potentially be a very historic storm. I've been saying this like a broken record, but I'm not kidding when I say this. Let's go ahead and move over to parts of South Dakota, Montana right here. Let's actually, not Montana, I want to go to western South Dakota right here just to show you what the winter storm warning's going on with this. 6 to 10 inches. So this storm is going to be strengthening over Montana. It's going to be strengthening over South Dakota. It's going to be peaking as it's impacting the Minneapolis area, which that is going to be bringing some very serious impacts right there. We also have a lot of winter storm watches up. We're going to go ahead and go to the ones in Michigan and Detroit first right here. Widespread heavy mixed freezing rain, sleet, and some snow possible. So that's what we're looking at for parts of Michigan right here, at least for Detroit and everything. And if you think the snow is going to be the #1 threat, no, it's not. I mean, the snow is going to be a massive threat. It is going to be the #1 threat for parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, all those areas. But for areas like Detroit, Michigan, it's mostly going to be the ice that's going to be the problem, which at that point and everything like that, we could see a lot of ice with this. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is for Grand Rapids. 6 to 10 inches of snow possible. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. So everyone needs to be taking this very seriously. I would not be surprised if states of emergency go up in the next day or so to prepare for this system as it's moving through. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and show you the models right here. This is the North American model. It is all the way out, and we have the timing for you right here. Minneapolis is going to see a little bit of snow tonight. The storm starts tomorrow afternoon right here, ladies and gentlemen. It really pushes through into Minnesota. Look at this, around 20 dBz of snow. That could definitely bring an inch to 2 inches per hour with that kind of powder right there. And it continues to strengthen right there. It starts to go into a little bit of a lull moving into Wednesday, but then Wednesday night, it really slams right there. We're looking at dBz values cracking almost 40 in some instances right here as it's moving through. And this is 84 hours out. This is by 6 p.m. on Thursday as the storm is starting to wind down, and it basically ends its massive amount of snow in Minnesota and the area around there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. This is the latest from the North American model. Look at this. 26 inches for Minneapolis and around 25 or so for St. Paul. But this is going to cause some very, very, very serious impacts, ladies and gentlemen. In parts of South Dakota, we have around 15 inches of snow. So this is where it's going to be at its zenith right here, from northeastern South Dakota all the way to northwestern Wisconsin. We're going to go ahead and next show you the GEM RDPS, since that's all the way out. The GEM RDPS pushes it a little bit more to the south, but it still gives Minneapolis 2 feet of snow, although parts like Rochester get 28 inches. St. Cloud over here gets around 20. La Crosse gets around 22 inches with this compared to the NAM, where they get almost nothing. So basically, La Crosse is going to be in that battleground area. Depending on what the temperature is, will depend on how much snow there will be. The GEM GDPS, we can't really zoom all the way in, but the GEM GDPS is showing something similar to the GEM RDPS. Right there, you can see it right there. Parts of Michigan, though, get as high as 20 inches of snow from this. This is the European run. We're going to go ahead and zoom back in. The European is actually giving pushed further to the south as of late, and it's now giving La Crosse 22 inches of snow, similar to the GEM RDPS. Still 2 feet of snow for much of the Minneapolis area. So something very interesting to take a look at. Now we have to look at the GFS, and ladies and gentlemen, the North American, the GEM, both the GEM models, the European and the GFS are all in cahoots with each other. They are all agreeing, not just with the timing of the storm, but with the amount of snow that this is coming with. That should be raising alarm bells right away. If you're in Minneapolis, if you're in St. Paul, if you're in St. Cloud, if you're in Rochester, if you're in La Crosse, all these areas, take this very seriously. Even in Sioux Falls, take this very seriously. This is going to be a massive snowstorm. This is going to cause a ton of impacts, and this could have some historic implications right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely crazy. This is probably the biggest snowstorm I have covered since the Boston blizzard. That is how serious this will be, and the Boston blizzard impacted a lot of people on the East Coast. It was a massive nor'easter, as we continue to talk about it, and there was 30 inches of snow over there. This is going to be the biggest storm I have covered on the channel since that time in January of 2022. So everyone needs to take this very seriously. I wouldn't be surprised if states of emergency go out soon, and we will continue our coverage here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.